today's target, hike up Nick, 3.5 miles one way. Starts with a nice little bit of road walking. Not the best of days for photography, I'm afraid. Lots of cloud, very grey, but it's a nice day for a walk. And of course the most important thing is to be out. Plus, you just never know, you might get some nice light. There we go, Pennine Way, hike up Nick, and 2 3/4 miles. As you can see, been very wet. Very wet in fact. It's been naught but rain. So we've got some lovely views across towards the Lake District there. You see it on the horizon. I've got my camera set up on the wall, and as you can see, just there, there's a nice barn, a nice Cumbrian barn. The only issue is there is no decent light on the scene, and we are shooting into the light. You can just see the sun's behind the clouds there, so I think this here will make a good shot. And that's it. F11, 20th of a second. Job done. And first shot of the day. So this is the second pick of the day, and I've spotted this old gate here and the old Cumbrian barn. You can see that there. I've photographed this view before, and I got much better light. This is very, very flat light, but it's still worthy of a try, and you never know, the sun might come out. But yes, this is the second shot of the day. So I'm just popping on a Lee 06 graduated filter. This is just going to balance the sky out a little bit. Okay, that's the view there, and 10-second timer because I'm on my little lightweight B3 Manfrotto B3 tripod. Yeah, I've popped it on 10 seconds so it gives this time for this to stop wobbling after I've pressed the shutter button. I don't know whether you'd be able to hear me in this wind, but there's lots of little hills like this left over by the glaciers. There's, if I get around the right way, the farthest one might be Knock Pike, then Dufton Pike there, and then as we swing round here is Merton Pike, I think it's called. I think I've got them in the right order, and then as we swing around a little bit, we're looking straight across here into the edge of Cumbria and the start of the Yorkshire Dales, and just there, that little steepy hill there, I think it is. It's very difficult with this camera to show it, is Wild Boar Fell. And as we sweep round on the horizon, got a line of the Howgills going round, swing round, and then we're into the Lake District. And as you look over there, you can see the Lake District hills. Impressive place. So we're getting our first glimpse here of hike up. the cliffs on the far side, and what's hidden at the moment is the main part of the gill. That's the end as it goes out into the Eden Valley. But, the best is still to come. Here we go. Right, so this is High Cup here, and up the top there's a little tiny gap which you can't see at the moment in the crags where the stream comes in, and that is called High Cup Nick. And it's absolutely fascinating geological marvel, this. When you look at the sides, if you look all the way around, you can see there's an escarpment of rock, and that rock is volcanic rock. It's a dolerite, and we call it windsill. That's the name that it's often referred to. But something like 295 million years ago, you know, this was a volcanic fissure that opened up, and all this rock erupted out, and it forced its way up through limestone. So over the top of here, over the top of this hill, as it were, there was a limestone cap, and then the lava forced its way up. But what's even more amazing is it starts here in Cumbria, and it makes its way north and northeast. It makes its way over this hill here into Teesdale, and you will see it at Conkley Scar, for example. That's made up of the same rock, and then you will see it again at High Force and Low Force on the River Tees, and then it continues north, disappears for a little while, and then it re-emerges and outcrops at Hadrian's Wall. That's what Hadrian's Wall in the main is built on, and then it runs all the way over those crags, and it continues all the way towards the coast. So it heads northeast towards the coast, and you see it very, very clearly when you get on the coast itself at Lindisfarne, also known as Holy Island. That's what the castle there is built on. So that's a single fissure, or a group of fissures that opened up, that ran all the way from here all the way out to the northeast coast, and I just find that absolutely fascinating. So that was the volcanic phase, and then of course a more recent phase in geological time is what created this valley, and that of course was a glacier. So the glaciers came and scoured this out, and in geological time this is very, very recent. You know, the glaciers only retreated from up here around about 10 to 12,000 years ago, so it is a recent event. And it just fascinates me, and it's a great place to come and photograph, though perhaps not so much on a day like today, but there you go. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to have to find a way across here without getting too wet. What a fascinating place. Unfortunately, the weather, the light, just really, really dull, and it's a real shame really, but you can't do anything about it. You just have to live with it. But yeah, it's a bit dull. I've been here lots and lots of times, and I've got pictures summer and winter. I've even been here overnight and got pictures of the moon rising, sorry, not rising, of the moon above the Nick. It was almost like daylight. It was a full moon then. I've been here at sunrise. Now, one of the big problems with this valley, it runs north to south, so it's not good for sunrises, and it's not necessarily that good for sunsets, although sunsets are better than sunrises. One of the problems with the sunrises, it just lights this side up, because the sun obviously comes up over the way there, so it just lights this bottom side up, and then obviously midday the sun's high, but you're shooting into the sun by then, which makes it tricky. It's not impossible by any means, but it makes it a little bit tricky, but you don't always get that nice light. But when it comes to sunset, that's different, because the sun just sets sort of just over there, to the left and right of that hill slightly, round about the 21st of December, it's just before the sun starts to go the opposite way on. You can get some nice light then. Yeah, it can be really nice. It's an amazing walk, this. And just look at that. See the pinnacle just here. And you get to walk right out. I'm not going to go much further than this, right out to the edge of the crag. What I really like about this as well, I don't know whether it'll pick it up on here, but just there, that whole pinnacle is on the verge of collapse. How many winters that's got left, I don't know. There's holes all the way through it. I don't know whether you can actually see them here, but that surely cannot last much longer. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I haven't got a wide enough angle lens, but I'd really love to get these two bits of crag in. So my plan here is to do a vertical, well, to put the camera vertical in portrait mode, and then I'm going to do a panorama around. So it's going to be a 180-degree panorama, but I'll probably crop it in. So I have no idea how many shots it's going to be, but there's going to be a lot. I have no idea how many I did there, but I'll pop it up. If it's successful, then I'll pop it up and I'll see how many shots made up that panorama. So here we are, High Cup Nick, just there, and this is the view. It's seriously windy here. The wind is racing up that valley and then it just comes straight over the top of here. Just down there the stream is blowing back up and over here, hence why we're soaked, because it's blown onto us. It's not a comfortable place to hang around at the moment, which we didn't expect anyway, but it's not brilliant for photographs unfortunately, but you know, we're going to try. Yeah, potential for a bit of a sunset here, so we're trying to hang around, but boy is it cold. We have an hour and a half's wait. Wow, just look at these conditions here, absolutely amazing. So I've got my camera set up here, and the sun's just about to go down behind some clouds, so it's not quite sunset, but it's going to go down behind the cloud. Really tricky conditions. It's not impossible, but it's really hard to get good shots when it's windy using a tripod, but keeping the ISO down so you've got the quality. But that said, you know, we're here, so it's great just being out. So my fingers are so numb. So what the aim is here is to get a shot straight down in portrait sort of vertical format, but it's really tricky. I'll just take this shot now because it's going to change soon. The problem is the camera is moving all the time and it's getting a fast enough shutter speed. You just can't, you know, I can get a fast enough shutter speed. Let's say I can go on to 1000 ISO and get it, you know, get a shutter speed that will not be blurred by the breeze, but then you don't get the quality. So there's this trade-off between a really good quality shot and just getting the shot. But that said, I'd rather have a noisy good shot than a blurred shot. So that's how it is. But anyway, I'm going to get on and take this pic now. Well folks, that's just about it. Sun's gone down behind the clouds now, and that's pretty much it. But what a brilliant session we've had there. We came out today, it was really cloudy, it was dull, and I honestly didn't think we would get a shot, but yet again it just shows that you've just got to persevere. Absolutely incredible. But anyway, I'll just leave you now with a few pictures of the day.